Hey everyone, I'm LC Gamer, and welcome back to AI, the Somnium files. In the last video, we, well, after waking up from being tased, we make a run to the, warehouse, and, find out Uda's dead, and, Iris is, I think, also dead. Overall, it just all went to hell. Anyway, we now have to go to the diner, talk to Oda's mom, talk to Mizuki, talk to Iris's mother, and go talk to Mama at Marble. So, let's start off with the Matsushita Diner. How do I do this? The place was silent. It was so quiet I felt like I could hear the floating dust. I stepped inside. I thought it was empty, but I saw a shadow in the corner of my eye. It was Mayumi. It was like watching a decaying old tree cling pathetically to the earth. Mayumi? Do you want to talk about it? Guess not. Sorry to interrupt. About Oda.
This is your fault. I heard from the police. Because you didn't take care of Iris, my boy Ota got involved.
He was gonna get involved to get away, from my perspective.
Date, I looked into the investigation report. Mayumi confirmed Ota's body early this morning.
I see.
I'm sorry. I want to be alone right now.
Okay.
Did you not hear me? I said leave!
Date, let's go. She is in no state to talk.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, that, didn't go as planned. Okay, so, to talk to Mizuki. How's she gonna take this? Mizuki is curled up on the sofa. She looked like a small animal frightened by a predator. Hey, how are you? About Iris. About Ota. They were found at the cold storage warehouse.
Mizuki must know about Iris and Ota.
Of course. The news was distributed heavily across the internet. Not just in Japan, but worldwide. 3 days ago, Mizuki discovered her mother's body. 2 days ago, her father's. This morning, 2 of her best friends. It is completely understandable that she is at her mental limit.
Yeah.
Can I be left alone for a while?
Sure.
Are you okay?
Obviously not.
Yeah.
She certainly didn't seem so. But I can't stay by her side forever.
Aiba, contact Abyss. See if they can get Mizuki a good counselor.
Understood.
I stayed with her for a little while, but we didn't speak. Having nothing more to say, I left. This is such a hard route on the emotions. Sagan residence. When I visited the Sagan household, I found Hitomi with a hollow look in her eyes. She let me in and asked me to sit on the sofa. I agreed and sat down. But after that, I couldn't say a single word. The heavy silence weighed on both of us. Some tea? Steam is rising from the tea. About Iris.
Iris was my everything. We always went everywhere together. Whether it was buying clothes or going to the movies, or taking a walk, or going shopping at the supermarket. When she was young, she would just hold one of my fingers. Her hand was too small to hold mine. And it was 2, then 3. And finally she could hold my hand. But eventually, she left my hands altogether. She started crossing her arms, being independent. Even though she needed constant attention growing up.
About Oda.
Oda was one of my students. I taught him in elementary school. I heard it from the police. Oda tried to help Iris and ended up... I don't know what to say. I have no words.
Alright, let's finish off this part of the conversation about Iris.
Her memories are a part of this room. When she was a baby, she fell off that sofa and cried and cried. One day she tore up her picture book all over the floor here. Another time she drew with crayons all over the window. She painted my portrait on Mother's Day. Scratches on the floor, chipped plates, burn marks on the table, stains on the cushions. Everything you see. It all holds a memory of her. But... why?
Can you think of any information? Tomi is composed. She's hiding her sorrow deep in her heart. She's gentle, but strong.
Hitomi, my entire focus is on this case. Is there anything at all you can tell me?
I don't know if this is important, but
No, please, tell me.
I may have told you this already. I met Renju's wife Shoko twice before. The first time at the wedding. The second time a month ago. That second time was in the waiting room of the prison.
Prison?
There's an acquaintance of mine from when we were younger. I visit them a few times a year.
Number 89?
And by coincidence, I saw Shoko. I don't think she noticed me, but I recognized her as Renju's wife right away. She was there for the same reason I was, to visit one of the inmates.
Do you know who?
No, I don't. We didn't talk.
Which prison?
Fuchu Prison. In Tokyo.
Fuchu.
Prison?
Okay. Okay, now we're getting a good lead. But, oh, this is really hurting.
I'm sorry to have bothered you. I'll be going now.
I don't know what to do. Thinking about her. Dante, please, you have to catch them. Please. Please.
I will. Trust me.
I have to admit, the voice actors are doing a very good job at this. Hello, Mama.
Are you okay, honey?
I am not. Really, I am not.
Huh?
About last night. Well, at 3 in the morning, anyway.
You know about it?
It's on every channel. You have the face of a ghost. Do you want a glass?
Probably shouldn't.
I don't need a drink. I need information. Do you have anything?
Well, let's see. I do have... I suppose you could call it intuition.
Close enough.
Tell me.
The Kumakuras are involved in this case.
I already knew that.
Remember what I told you before? That there's a relationship between Ren and the Kumakuras?
Yes.
Shoko also has a relationship with them.
Uh-huh.
You know about her dealings with the Kumakuras, right?
Yes, I do.
So basically, 2 of the victims are linked to the Kumakuras. That must mean they're involved somehow, right?
Not 2, 3.
3? Iris?
No, not that one. The boy.
Ota?
He came here last night?
Ota?
Yes, from Matsushita Diner. He's linked to the Kumakuras as well.
How? How is Ota related to the Kamakuras?
Have you heard the rumor?
Mama told me a similar story. Told a similar story to Aiba's, about So Sejima and the Kobosaki district. Alright. The basic idea of this, 8 years ago, So sold his land in the Kabasaki. Some of these names I am definitely going to mispronounce. Kabasaki district for 30 billion yen. Half a year later, an explosion at the chemical plant caused the land price to drop drastically. So bought back the land for only 1 million yen. Almost like he knew beforehand that the accident would happen. Did So blow it up? Or conspire to blow it up? No, that wouldn't make sense. Maybe a little bit, not enough. So wouldn't gain anything from that. He would end up with 29 billion in cash and 1 billion in land. Yeah, and then he can do whatever he wants with the land. It's a net zero. But there's more to the story. Alright. So, in the Kabasaki district.
The
Tell me.
Kumakuras own a handful of real estate companies. They of course look legit, but they're Yakuza fronts.
Okay.
I'll call those real estate companies the KE to keep it simple for you.
Thank you.
The KE followed in So's footsteps. They bought up land in Kawasaki.
Alright. Tell me more.
Now, back to So. Have you heard of the plans for the casino in Kawasaki?
No.
So was the one who came up with it.
I was born and raised in Kawasaki. I remember the landscape of my childhood, and I loved it dearly. But look at Kawasaki now. When I see images of the destruction on television, my heart aches like it's being chopped to pieces. But I promise you, I will revive the Kawasaki district at any cost. Casino Town Kawasaki will give new life to the city.
Right.
After that, So moved fast. He submitted the bills he needed to the National Assembly after drumming up support in the right places.
Okay.
The bills passed, and it became an official government initiative.
Interesting.
Decontamination efforts therefore increased at a rapid pace in the Kawasaki district. At the moment, the area is still considered off limits. However, the air in Kawasaki is currently purified to such an extent that it has no negative effect on the human body.
That's good to know. And does that also mean they've also been doing construction on this casino town?
If the plan goes smoothly, land prices in Kawasaki are going to skyrocket. And all that land is owned by the KE.
See? They kind of knew something was up.
And by So himself. The land he bought back for $1 billion will be worth 10 times that soon.
He's involved in some shady business.
Mm-hmm.
This is just another rumor, but the chemical plant exploding was no accident. It was done intentionally.
I had a feeling.
By So and the Kumakuras, you mean?
But there's no hard evidence of that. It's just gossip.
Unfortunately. Alright, now what about Oda?
What were we talking about again?
The boy. How was Ota part of the Kamakura business?
Ota and the Kumakuras.
Oh, right. You know how Matsushita Diner is close to the Kawasaki district?
Uh-huh.
The chemical plant explosion made times hard.
Right.
Foot traffic went down, sales declined. No wonder it closed down. Ota must hold a grudge. Someone caused that explosion. And if it was intentional, oh, he'd hate them even more. That's how I link Ota to the Kumakuras.
Makes sense, but I have a feeling you're off. Goodbye, Mama.
Thank you, Mama. I don't know if what you told me will lead to anything, but...
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to waste your time.
No, it wasn't a waste of time. Just give me a few things to look into.
No, it was very helpful.
I'm glad I can help, even if it's just a little.
Even if it is a rumor, as long as I can tell if it's truth or fiction after I investigate it, it will be a good lead.
Well then, be seeing you.
Come back anytime.
Alright, let's get out of here. Back to headquarters. Okay. So, think. Can we drag So Sajima in and do a sync with him? I returned to boss's office to report. But I didn't see her anywhere.
Where did she go?
Well, she isn't always here, correct?
True, but it's good to know that she's here.
True.
I sat down in my usual seat and decided to wait for boss.
What are you doing?
don't imitate the boss.
I thought it would be easier to talk like this.
Can't I just pull you on my head and put you on the desk?
What do we have to talk about?
A summary of the investigation, perhaps?
Sure, why not?
What summary? We don't have anything new.
That's not true.
Huh?
I was curious, so I did some research.
Oh, what'd you find?
About number 89.
Actually, that would be useful. Okay. Let's see, what did you have? Anything useful or just rubbish? What about 89 and the new Cyclops killings? What's his real name?
Unknown.
You don't know?
No such person is listed in the family registry. It is possible he is a foreigner, but his nationality is unknown.
Oh boy.
However, I believe it is safe to say that he was born and raised in Japan.
Makes sense. Okay. So, who is he?
As you know, he is an assassin with multiple confirmed kills.
I wouldn't really call him an assassin at that.
He is currently serving a sentence at Fuchu Prison. He was imprisoned 6 years ago.
That's what Pewter told us.
After his fourth murder, he was arrested by the police.
Okay. So, after the fourth murder, he screwed up somehow. So what's the relationship between 89 and Shoko?
Unknown. I cannot determine if they have any connection.
Just don't tell me that they're family.
Approximately 1 month ago, Hitomi Sagan witnessed Shoko in Fuchu Prison's waiting room. I am unable to say for certain that the person she was there to visit was number 89. After all, Fuchu Prison houses 2,000 inmates.
Yeah, that's a lot.
But number 89 knew Shoko's name.
I know who killed Shoko Nadami.
That must mean that he knew her somehow.
True.
It is possible.
So, what about the Cyclops? The new Cyclops and 89?
Pewter claims that there were 2 culprits behind the original serial killings.
Uh-huh. And?
One was the former chairman of the Kumakuras, Rohan Kumakura.
But Rohan committed suicide last year.
That leaves 1 culprit still alive, number 89.
But number 89 couldn't possibly have committed these crimes. He was in jail when each of the murders occurred.
Correct. However, I do not believe it is accurate to claim that he had nothing to do with the incident.
True.
I know who killed Shoko Nadami.
Since he seems to know. How does he know?
If he was telling the truth, his involvement is possible.
Alright, then let's go talk to 89.
Let's talk to number 89.
I don't know if he's telling the truth or if he's full of it, but he's our last remaining loose end.
Alright. However, we need not go to him.
Why?
We can bring him to us.
Oh, we're gonna sync with him?
If we plan on syncing with him, it would be more efficient.
Can you arrange that?
I can.
Thank you. After cutting through some red tape, 89 was to be brought to HQ. He took considerable time to arrive, but for some reason Boss never showed up. Oh no. Oh no. Boss, don't tell me you're the next victim. Or already the next victim. I know you. You were in the, first,
Sorry to
dream.
interrupt your busy day, but I need you to tell me something. I'd appreciate your cooperation.
Please. Please cooperate with me. What's your name?
Number 89.
Your real name.
I don't remember.
Alright, fine. Where are you from?
Burkina Faso.
Burkina Faso is a republic in West Africa. Population 17 million.
I don't have time for your jokes.
Okay. You're the original Cyclops killer, aren't you?
That's right. I was one of the culprits behind the case 6 years ago. One of the 2 Cyclops killers.
Alright, alright. So, do you know Shoko Nadami?
Yeah, I guess I do.
About a month ago, Shoko visited Fuchu prison. Was she there to see you?
That's right.
What did you talk about?
Nothing special.
Nothing special, huh?
You're in no position to lie.
I'm not lying. She didn't come to hear me talk.
Then why did she come?
To meet me.
Why?
Meet you?
She probably just wanted to see me.
Okay. So, when did you first meet her?
A long time ago. I don't remember exactly when.
What's your relationship to her?
A physical one.
Oh boy.
I'm kidding. She was just a business partner.
Okay. Who killed Shoko?
Alright. Let's get right down to it. 2 days ago, you called Investigation HQ and said, I know who killed Shoko Nadami.
That's right.
Who?
Hey, don't be so hasty.
We can do a give and take, having your plea bargain.
We haven't agreed on a deal. You're gonna let me out of prison, right?
Hell no.
It's done. You've got a deal.
All right. But to explain it properly, I need to tell you a story. It might take some time. Is that all right with you?
Sure. Depending on how fast you can wrap it up.
I've got nothing but time.
Then let's get started. The story of a lonely assassin.
Okay.
Once upon a time, there was a detective, full of righteous justice. Let's call him F. F found the evils of the world intolerable. F had no parents, no siblings, and grew up in an orphanage since he was born. He suffered every kind of abuse imaginable there. It led him to despise all the evils of the world. One day, F was chasing a thug down at the harbor. Someone wanted for the assault and murder of women.
Okay, I get it. I'll just throw down my knife. Here. And you lower your gun. It's fine. I got nothing else on me. I'll go quietly. You know, I have a history with hospitals. I've been going to a special hospital for a while. Even if I get caught, it's all good. I'll come right back out again. What should I do next time? Just thinking about it gets me excited.
No next time for you.
The culprit was unarmed, but F never served a day in prison. The case went to trial for some time, but it was determined to be self-defense, and he was declared innocent. If the truth got out, it would be a huge scandal for the police. People at the upper level were terrified of what might happen, so they had evidence fabricated. F wasn't suspended or disciplined at all. After a while, He returned to his job like nothing happened. That was a turning point for him. He was ready to shed the morality that was weighing him down, holding him back. F still wanted justice, and he was willing to dispense it to the immoral one by one. He became an assassin, a lone gunman, no agent, no employer. He was his own man. F believed that he was judge, jury, and executioner, but it didn't last long. One day, F got rid of a criminal we'll call X. X was responsible for defrauding and killing an innocent old man for his life insurance policy.
Ouch.
Turns out, X had connections. Someone wasn't happy that he died. Rohan Kumakura, chairman of the Kumakuras. X was a top executive of the Kumakuras at the time. Rohan ordered his men to find and kidnap F.
I've done some research. I know you've cleaned up at least 18 pieces of scum from this earth. But somehow there hasn't been a single criminal investigation. They're all treated as suicides, accidents, or natural causes. Amazing work. I'm impressed. How about you work for us? Of course, you have the right to say no, but it'll be the last word out of your mouth.
F was trapped. Even if he somehow survived, he would be looking over his shoulder for the rest of his life. He had no choice but to take Rohan's offer. Thus, F's self-employment came to an end. He became a hired gun of the Kumakuras. Rohan even gave him a code name, Falco, named for the falcon, a bird of prey. Falco didn't quit his job as a police officer, though. He worked as a detective by day, assassin by night at the will of the organization. An ordinary killer would need motive to take a life, but not Falco. He did as he was told, one target after another. It didn't take long to destroy his heart completely. Time passed, and a few years back, Falco, who by this time was exhausted in body and spirit, made a fatal mistake. He missed his mark and ended up taking a bullet to the stomach. Somehow he managed to escape. After reaching a nearby shrine, his legs finally gave out under him. He had no strength left. He put his back up against the shrine and let out a moaning breath that he thought might be his last. But at that moment, in his darkening vision, he saw a woman approach him. He watched her take out her phone and dial for help. At the same time, he heard footsteps of at least 2 people closing in. He knew immediately that they were after him. He sprung into action, grabbing the woman and pulling her close, kissing her to keep her from talking. That was the first encounter between Falco and the woman. She was a teacher at some school. It was like she was from a totally different world than him.
Obviously.
Listening to her talk, he would forget everything about his line of work. She was his only contact with the ordinary, mundane world. They met in secret a few more times, and Falco felt his heart grow warmer. Her smile and kindness were like a cold glass of water for Falco's parched heart. Falco started to become himself again. His former self. He swore on his life that from then on, he would live for her.
So, you want to go clean? Fine. Do as you please. You've done a lot for us. But there is one last thing. One final job I want you to do for me. It's nothing major. This woman and her daughter. I need you to dispose of them. Should be simple, no?
Oh, that's gonna be simple.
Rohan handed Falco a picture of a woman and a girl. It was the teacher Falco met at the shrine. And her daughter. She had just turned 12. Why the two of them? Rohan, as usual, never gave a reason.
He probably wanted her eye.
And Falco had no intention of carrying out the kill. But if he didn't, he knew that someone else would. He thought long and hard. How was he going to keep them safe and get out of the life of crime? He couldn't find an answer, no matter how hard he thought. He was backed into a corner. So, he decided to call on an old friend for help. And then...
Oh, don't tell me I'm the old friend. Because that would make things awkward. Alright, I think I'm going to leave it here for now, and we'll pick this up in the next video, with our story being finished, and a look inside of this guy's head. So until then, see you guys.